Welcome back to the channel, Lancers. I wish everyone patience and Godspeed through this busy weekend. In this video, I will be sharing how I create builds and loadouts, and I'll provide a few of my tips and tricks along the way. Now, I really have been wanting to make a video like this for a while, but I first wanted to share a few of my builds for each of the Javelins first, so that I could 1. Let everyone get a feel for my style of builds and loadouts, and 2. To show the general outline of how I build so that you can see that I practice what I preach. And now that I've done that, it's time for the next phase of content and changes for the channel. So please, sound off in the comment section below to let me know what you like and dislike about the changes that you notice so that I can make more improvements to the channel for you all. If you are new here, find the video helpful, and enjoy the content, then like, subscribe, and click the bell for notifications. I really do appreciate it, as it helps improve the channel's content. Before we get into our builds and loadouts, I do want to touch on the pain and thunder that Prospero preaches, as there is a lot of truth to it. Our Javelin's look affects us as well. Without getting too deep into the idea, it's simply that the more that you invest into your Javelin, even if it's just your look, the more you are committed to it. That commitment will convert into many things, and one of which will be you wanting your build and loadout better. You'll want your Javelin's performance to be top tier. So express yourself. Anthem offers multi-layer customization options for your Javelin, and you really can have a unique look. I know that I have met some players with some tight looking Javelins, and I try to message them and let them know. And if you are a regular here, then you know that I make sure that my Javelins represent my style. So take a little time and put a sweet coat of pain and thunder on that Javelin, Lancer. Now for me, when creating a build and loadout, I generally begin with the loadout. I choose my weapons and gear, as that will determine the basis of my damage, whether the focal point is either the weapons, the gear, or both. Take a few seconds and ask yourself, what is my first thought and objective when I begin creating my build? That is an important question to ask, as once you answer that for yourself, what you have effectively done is made more conscious effort in formulating how you create your build and loadout. Then you'll find that you won't swap out components, gear, or weapons as easily, as you'll understand that each part plays a specific role, and you'll appreciate the time and thought that you put into its organization. Each of the Javelins, the Colossus, the Ranger, the Interceptor, and the Storm all have a distinct, overarching design that steers its combat style in a specific direction. So let's take a look at the information provided to us regarding each Javelin's lore. First, we'll be taking a look at the Colossus. Though slower than other models, this Javelin can withstand a punishing amount of damage. In battle, you can count on the Colossus to hold the line or disperse threats with this tremendous strength in close combat. The Colossus Ultimate Siege Cannon. The Colossus carries a massive collapsible cannon at all times. At full power, the Colossus can deploy the weapon and become immune to all damage. The cannon fires powerful explosive shells with devastating results.
They need fire support. That was hard fought. Thanks for the backup, Freelancer.
And next, we have the Ranger, commonly used by frontline fighters. This reliable Javelin has well-rounded offensive and defensive capabilities due to an even balance of armor and speed. Ranger Ultimate Micro Missiles. At full power, the Ranger can activate an advanced targeting system that identifies and paints all threats in the target area. The Ranger becomes immune to damage and can release a barrage of missiles at all targets. And now we have the Corvus created Interceptor, the most agile and acrobatic Javelin a Lancer can find. Lightning fast, close range attacks combined with specialized weaponry will thrill Lancers who crave speed on the battlefield. Interceptor Ultimate Assassin's Blades. At full power, the Interceptor can become immune to damage and channel power to their blades. Striking enemies while empowered will leave after images that continue to damage the target even after the Interceptor has moved to the next threat. And finally, we have the Storm Javelin, the latest in Javelin design, using Ember Cord seals to harness the power of the elements. Its ability to float above combat compensates for its light armor. Storm Ultimate, Elemental Storm. At full power, the storm masters the elements and becomes immune to damage. Using the ultimate will conjure an elemental storm at the target location and apply the matching effect to anyone inside. Shortly after, a meteor will manifest and strike the field, dealing massive damage and applying the chain combo.
You did it. We're in full retreat. I'll send word of our success.
For this video, we'll be using my latest shared Storm loadout entitled Chaos as an example. Since I am using my Storm Javelin, I usually begin with my seals first. However, for this loadout, I knew that I wanted it to be a sniper-focused loadout, so I began with my favorite sniper, the Truth of Tarsus. Then, I considered my options from here in the instance that I had to battle shielded opponents, and I wouldn't want just a sniper. I would need a weapon that would reliably lower shields and deal respectable damage to my targets, so I chose the Thunderbolt of Yevgenia. Although I have just explained an example of focusing on a weapon as the focal point of a loadout, it is key to note that weapons in Anthem generally play a specific intended role. Anthem is a game that focuses on the Javelin's abilities as the Javelin's most powerful damage sources. Your weapon choice in most cases will play more of a supportive role. I then thought of how I could align my blast and focus seals to maximize my choice of the Truth of Tarsus sniper rifle as my primary weapon. From here, I chose Winter's Wrath as my blast seal to freeze-lock enemies in place to allow for easier headshots. Then, my focus seal, I chose 10,000 Suns for heavy burst damage and combo potential. Moving on, we come to the build. Each Javelin has 6 component slots available. In my opinion, and as a basis for discussion for this video, we will consider this as our basic format. 3 component slots are slated for our loadout stylistic damage, and the remaining 3 slots will provide a means for survivability. My 3 stylistic damage components chosen are Extended Sniper Magazine, Amulet of Winter, and Mark of Wrath. And my 3 survivability components chosen are Emergency Power, Vanguard's Token, and Soften Blows. 3 plus 3 equals 6. So this could be determined as a balanced build. However, deviations can be made, i.e. 4-2, a 4-2 ratio, 4 damage, 2 survivability. But again, for the sake of this discussion video, we will use the 3-3 ratio. Finally, when considering Sigil Consumables for your Javelin, a good rule that I use is to apply sigils to complement specific aspects of your build, as using a sigil to bolster some aspect of your build that has been neglected will not accomplish much in increasing your Javelin's damage output or survivability. I look forward to our discussions in the comments below of this method and of you sharing yours, and let me know if you like this kind of content additions to the channel. As always, thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe for more Anthem content and click the like button for the video. Until next time, stronger together, Lancers. I'll see you in the next video.